Melanee Shale, coming to you live from Grauman's Chinese Theater for the movie premiere of Broken Glass. Stay tuned because we're talking to all the actors, plus the director, Daniel Chavez.
It's really a story about consequences, acceptance, and ultimately at its core, human frailty. I wanted to explore things that scared me.
And I know you wrote, produced, and directed. Which one was the hardest for you?
Initially, writing, because they talk about having that blank page or screen in my case, and it just stares back at you. And you really aren't quite sure, where do I go? Where do I start? And you know, you have an idea of where you want to end, and then you kind of start moving back from it.
Your cast looks incredible. What was it like working with all the actors?
It was incredible. It was incredible because, first off, I want to say that SAG got involved and helped us out, and they're all SAG actors. Nothing against non-union, it's just these guys were incredible, and they were all my first picks. We had, on the first day of casting, we had 750 actors show up.
It's a psychological thriller, you know, and I think the theme for the movie is acceptance, and not only just acceptance of yourself, but the things that you've done, you know, because we can't transform until we truly accept maybe some damage that we've caused and are willing to take responsibility for it. So there was, you know, a lot of, the cast was amazing, you know, and I was really hoping when I first read it that we would have that. And just when I walked in on first day, every cast member that was there was almost a spitting image of what I read on the page. So it was nice.
My role in the movie is a guy. He's kind of from the hood kind of guy, you know. Very sarcastic. He has a lot of levels, a lot of layers as far as a person. He can be very cruel and mean, but at the same time he can be profound, deep, and caring. And I think the character, you know, it shows a little bit of everything. Yeah.
And I know you've played a variety of roles, from Breaking Bad to Fast and Furious. How does this role compare to those?
Well, for one, this was shot all in one place, which is very different, you know. It was a new experience for me, but it was a great one. I mean, I had a lot more dialogue than I usually have in a movie. It's very deep, it's very heavy in dialogue, which was a little challenge, but I loved it. It was great.
Every single person has a story, and there's always something that you can find in another person that'll connect you to them. And sometimes it's just a matter of taking the time to learn someone else's story, to realize that we have a lot in common.
Did you have any funny moments on set?
Oh yeah, Jess, who came by already, you can't miss him, giant guy, right, with the red shirt. He sat next to me the entire time, and it is so hard not to laugh because he's so funny, but my character is very serious and there's a lot of drama going on, so it took, there's some balancing there.
What was the secret to keeping a straight face?
Well, it's really just from the minute I got there till the minute you get off of set, you have to be in that zone and just be that person. And it's really difficult sometimes when people are laughing and cracking jokes, but as long as you stay focused and that is the life that you're in, then it's easier.
I know your hairstyle is a little different right now, and you had blonde hair in the movie.
That was me growing out a mohawk. I actually had, for a film that I did right before that, had to cut it, and it was like a mohawk for the whole film. And so I was growing it out, and originally Dan, when I went into audition, Dan was like, oh my God, no, like this is awful. This is not gonna work for the part. And then when I auditioned, he was like, oh, okay, this can work. So, it worked out, but it was like, when he first saw it, he was like, this is terrible, no.
This movie has a lot to do with fears. What is your biggest fear?
Biggest fear? That's a really good question. I'd want to say, it's probably, everyone says death. Mine would probably be like dying in a really shitty way. You know what I mean? Can I say that? I'm sorry. In like a really awful way. You can edit that. You know what I mean? Like dying scared. That's probably the worst. Yeah, that's scary, right?
My favorite moment, I guess that would be during the dance scene when I almost broke my leg. Yeah, well, basically, I really didn't break my leg. It was the fact that my rheumatism from an old war injury came back. You know, when you're young, those injuries don't bother you, but when you get old, and I died of an old age, and so those things do begin to bother you. So I really did enjoy that dance scene.
Reading the script, the characters all have their own angles, and they all have their own, lives that, there's not just one favorite character. Everybody has a different outlook on life and why they're there inside the group. And so you kind of attach yourself to each one of them, and you're like, oh, okay. So you connect differently with everyone in the cast. So it's nice.
And I heard there's this really big twist. Can you let us in on a little secret?
I don't know. It's there's a few little twists actually. So it's it's a suspenseful drama. So you're kind of on the edge of your seat, wondering, wow, that just happened. But wait, what's going on with this side? What's happening? So I kind of want to keep that a secret because if you say anything, it might just give it away. But expect something mind-blowing, I guess, is the right word for it. Yeah.
This carpet was so much fun, and after talking to the actors, I learned that there was a surprising twist. So I'm going to go inside and find it out.